In this lesson, we'll cover your mechanical system settings and also your duct system settings. So before you start to work within any of your Revit model projects, specifically if you're using systems within MEP, you want to verify and ensure the system settings are correctly set. Now, there are a lot of default settings with default values for each of your systems, but you want to review these and apply your own standards or procedures or design requirements based on the customer you're working with. Again, Revit comes preloaded with a lot of good information based on standards from years of practice. But again, you should review this and apply your own guidelines and standards. So to see this information, specifically for mechanical system settings, let's go to the Systems tab on your ribbon, and then in the HVAC panel area right below that, you'll have a flyout arrow down in the lower right. Hovering over that, you'll see the tip Display Mechanical Settings. So let's go ahead and click that arrow to the lower right that reads Mechanical Settings. This will open a new window displaying various information for your mechanical settings. Hidden line values, duct settings, piping settings. Now, some of these are very specific according to the actual system that you're laying out. Some are an overview, such as these hidden line settings. For example, the inside gap, the outside gap, the single line values. These values control what your actual duct work would look like in your rendered models or your models as you look at them within 3D views. So do you want a single line or do you actually want the thickness of the detail? Other settings are specific to the system. For example, your duct settings. If you click on duct settings, you have a listing of your general duct settings and their values associated to each. Now, depending upon whether I started a project with a metric template or English template, you would see the appropriate unit for each one. Here, I'm working within a metric template. Below that are angles. This is where you can define and tell Revit whether you want to allow any angle within your HVAC system, or a specific angle, or only specific increments. Below that is conversion. This is where I can set classification settings for my different systems, whether that be supply air, return air, or exhaust air for my main trunk within my HVAC or duct run, and also for my branches off of the main trunk. Below that are your three main system types: rectangular, oval, and round, giving you the variety of sizes currently defined for this type of system within your ductwork. And lastly are your calculations. Specifically, in this case, the calculation used for pressure drop. But you can also apply different ones as well. This calculation is used if you run an inspection analysis against your HVAC system, where of other things, it would measure the pressure drop within the system. Go ahead and click OK. So as a review, in this lesson, we looked at the mechanical system settings. We looked at where to view the mechanical system settings from, and the importance of setting these settings in accordance to your standards, your guidelines, and/or your project guidelines.